Okay, so I just uploaded my 1000th video to the Amazon Influencer Program. And kind of wanted to celebrate with you, but also wanted to share some of the lessons I've learned over the last year as I've uploaded all these videos and made money in the program. So I jotted down some notes. And I'm going to first talk about kind of the breakdown, my upload schedule, how I got to that 1,000 mark, what kinds of videos I did, the types of videos being sponsored, non-sponsored, things like that, and then some of the lessons learned. So first, this week alone, I uploaded 67 videos. Now, that is a lot of videos, and over the summer, I've been uploading a lot of videos, and so I actually have done probably about 500 just over the summer, and so a good part of all my total videos have come during that time. Now, I started the Amazon Influencer Program last November, so I've been in for about 9 months. My goal was to do 1,000 videos in my first year, and I hit that goal. I've also hit all my earnings goals and things like that. I've earned over $25,000 in the program so far, and a lot of that came just in the last few months, and so I'm on track where potentially could earn that much again by the end of the year and have 50,000 in my first year. So it's going really, really well. 1,008 total. And that started, I was doing 50 a month at the beginning for the first few months, then about 100 a month for the next few months, and then 150 a month for the last several months. Now, unlike a lot of influencers, I haven't really taken any breaks, and maybe that's a mistake, but the longest I've gone without uploading a video is about a week, week and a half. So I've been really, really consistent, and I think some of my success is because I've treated this as a job, and so I've put in the time, and I've been super consistent, but I am also starting to feel pretty burnt out, and so I am going to scale back, and my goal for the rest of the year is just to do 50 a month, which I know I can knock out in a weekend if I work hard, and so not going to totally take a break from it, but definitely want to scale back for my own sanity. As far as what the videos have looked like, I tried some experiments with vertical video with Inspire coming out, and I keep track of all my data, and they just weren't performing very well. So the vast majority of my videos are horizontal, probably 900 of the 1,000 were horizontal, and right now I make very, very few vertical videos. Really, I only make vertical videos if I've made like a long video, if I needed to make a longer than normal video. So my normal videos are anywhere from 30 seconds to 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. If I'm making a video that's 3, 4, 5 minutes, just because there's more details, it's more technical, or it's an installation or something like that, then I may make another video as a vertical video and just call it a quick review. Excuse me. So I'm still making those, but not very often. I usually only make one video per product. It's unusual that I would make 2 or 3, or heaven forbid, there are people that do a lot more than that. So those are the kind of videos I'm doing. In a typical video for me, I'm simply doing it in either selfie mode or having my wife film me, or I'm filming her, and it's just talking through the product. So they're really simple now. They didn't start out that way, but they are now, where it's a single take and just showing the product, using the product if that makes sense. And so sometimes I'll use the product, pause the recording, go somewhere else to talk about the product. And so I am pausing the video throughout, but then just doing it in a single take. So that's worked pretty well. In the beginning, well, I'll talk about this at the end with lessons learned. So it hasn't always been that way. As far as my breakdown of videos, I don't have the exact numbers on this, but I would estimate that of my 1,000 videos, about 200 of them were products that somebody sent to me. So they were either free products or paid reviews. And I've made at least $5,000 with paid reviews. So that's been pretty good side income. I can make about $1,000 a month if I prioritize that, and about $500 a month if I'm really picky. So about 200 were sponsored. The vast majority, I would say about 600, were products that I already had lying around my house, or maybe family and friends, or work, or different places that I frequent. And so the vast majority were just things I found, going through my closets, going through my pantries, going through my closets, cabinets, garage, everything. So that's where I got the vast majority of my products. I would say about 200. So 200 were sponsored, 600 were just lying around, and 200 were things that I've purchased in the last year that were things that I would have purchased anyways, but now I'm kind of savvy to what kind of things to buy. And so I'm a lot more intentional in my purchasing. And like if I can buy one product and it's what I really wanted the most and it got the best customer reviews, but there's another competing product and maybe it doesn't have as high a rating, but I can see that there are no competing videos for Amazon influencers, I'll pick the one that has less videos. And so our purchasing decisions have changed. Again, we're not putting a lot of money into the program. It's just the normal stuff we get, but I've become a little more savvy on what to buy and things like that. And I've been a little more generous with getting things than I have been in the past. All right, so that's kind of my breakdown of what I've done. Here are the lessons learned, and this is why you tuned into this video. Obviously, you don't want to spin your wheels, and you just want to get in and make as much money as you can as quickly as possible. So I already mentioned this at the beginning, but horizontal just seems to perform much better for me than vertical. Now I know if you're coming in as a TikToker and you're making those fast videos, and it's more entertainment based, I know people have found success with that, but I think generally when people are going to watch reviews for videos, especially if they need a lot of information, they want more of that long form horizontal videos, even if it's not a long video. But 45 seconds to 2 minutes horizontal, that seems to be the sweet spot for me. And now I have 1,000 data points where I can look back and see which ones have performed the best. And that certainly seems to be the case, that those have performed the best. In the beginning, I produced my videos pretty highly. So some of the videos had lots of jump cuts, lots of transitions, text showing up, music, background, things like that. And now it's really rare that I'll do something like that. No audio or track, no music track in the background, none of those transitions. If anything, I will do some jump cuts, just taking out my ums, because I a lot. And so I'll just splice those out. And so the video will cut a little bit, but I try to do as little editing as possible. I mentioned this earlier, but sometimes I do pause the video just so I can go to a different location or talk about it in a different way or show it in a different way. But that's the extent of my editing. So I've saved a lot of time on editing now. I also used to spend a lot of time with creating thumbnails, having individual thumbnails for each video. And what I decided was, after doing about 500 videos, I looked at that and I figured if I spent less time doing the editing and the thumbnails, I would have more time to do videos. And that has been the case. So a big reason for my jump in earnings over the last few months is I've produced twice as many videos, but they're just not as highly edited. And there aren't fancy thumbnails. I just take a screenshot from each one and use that as my thumbnail. So I am picking my own screenshot, but I'm not making a dedicated thumbnail. So that has worked really, really well for me in streamlining my processes. I also batch. I film a bunch of things all at the same time, do all the editing at the same time, uploading at the same time. I just uploaded 67 videos over the last day and a half. And so it was a lot of time just uploading and tagging and doing all those things. So next lesson is with sponsored posts. I've already made other videos, so if you haven't watched those, you can go back. On this channel, you have to actually click on the playlist to find the Amazon influencer videos, because I have my review videos on this channel. I'll probably separate those out in the future. Actually, probably pretty soon I'll do that and start over and make kind of sequential videos about the Amazon influencer program. But right now, if you want to go back, you just have to go to that playlist, and then you can find all of those videos about the Amazon influencer program. So I made a video about how I got so many sponsored videos and how much money I was making and things like that. And my big lesson learned from all that is you don't make very much money from sponsored posts. So whatever you get paid up front, so whatever they pay you to review, and then of course the value of the products, that's what you get paid. And so if you're just looking to upgrade your lifestyle and get nice things, in the last year, I've gotten about $10,000 worth of products, which is really, really cool to have all these cool things. Most of them have ended up being donated or gifted to other people. Of the couple hundred that I've done, I've probably only kept 30 or 40 of those things. So most of them are going to my students or to my community. But if that's what you're looking for, then do sponsored posts. That's great. And you can do it for free. You don't even have to get paid. But if you're doing it as a business and trying to make money, what I have found is it's very unusual for a sponsored video, for something that somebody sends you for pay, for those videos to get a lot of money in earnings. Probably because they're hiring other influencers to also make videos, so you already have that competition. Or it's a new company, a new product, and so it doesn't have the momentum, so it's not earning a lot. Whatever the case, they just don't make very much money. And so I've decided to go from doing like 40 sponsored posts a month to like 10 a month. And that way I can still get the things I want the most, and I'll still get paid, and I've raised my rates, so I get paid even better. And I'm getting weird offers too. Like somebody yesterday offered the company for a ukulele I reviewed. The company reached back out to me and said, hey, would you like to teach ukulele lessons? And they would pay me to make 10-minute video lessons. And I wrote back and I said, that's probably not a good use of my time. It would take me a lot of effort to learn how to do that. But then I gave them a number, and if they come up with that number, then I might make some good money making video lessons. So you get a lot of opportunities. The more videos you put up, the more requests that you'll get. So less sponsored posts. And then on the flip side of that, the thing that has brought me the most money from my products are those intentional purchases. And so I'm to the point now where we have enough money coming in through the program that I feel a little more comfortable being generous with what we're buying for ourselves or for gifts. And so, with the holidays coming up, we'll probably spend a lot more money than we have in years past, which isn't hard to do because we buy almost everything that in the past we bought through the thrift store. We're thrifters. We live really, really frugally. When we purchase new things, we get rid of a lot of things so we don't have a lot of clutter. And so this has been really hard for me to even invest any money into the Amazon Influencer Program. But what I've learned is when we needed something for our house or for our yard, and I was intentional and I did the product research and I got it, those things almost always pay for themselves. They make enough money through earnings that they do really, really well. And so I got to the point where I reluctantly would purchase those things, and then I would kind of look forward to purchasing those things. And now I'm like, it's stupid not to. And so we're still not putting a lot of our money in because I know that this is a program that won't last forever. So we're trying to save as much as we can from our earnings and invest that in other things. And so we're looking at real estate and stocks and bonds and stuff like that. That's where we're putting our money, paying off debts. But we are thinking 10 to 20% is a reasonable amount to put back in. And with how much money we're earning now, we're looking at over $5,000 a month coming in. So 10 to 20%, that could be $500 to $1,000 a month that we're spending on things. We don't need that many things, and so we're getting like really nice birthday presents for people and wedding presents, and looking ahead to the holidays, but getting things that are also useful too. So we're upgrading, getting things that we've been waiting years to buy because we couldn't afford, and now we're taking that plunge and kind of splurging on things. And so that's been really hard for me, but I know that it makes financial sense. And so we're not going crazy and we're not spending all our money because, again, Amazon's all over the place, the roller coaster. But we're trying to spend a little bit more money. Well, this has been a long video. Hopefully it's been helpful. If it has been, please like it and share it. And there's other things you can do. Subscribe. There you go. And I'll let you know if I start a new channel. I'll let you know because then I can organize that better for you. Hope it's been helpful. Thanks. Bye.